What's up, y'all? This is Osirez, and today we're going to take a look at Life is Strange. Indeed it is. But let's take a look at this game, which is published by Square Enix, developed by Don't Nod Entertainment, and ported to Linux by Feral Interactive, who provided me with a review copy of this game. This is a really straightforward dialogue-based story game akin to the Telltale games. If you missed my playthrough, feel free to check them out on YouTube or Twitch. This is like the Telltale games that are broken up into episodes. There's 5 total, in which, in my opinion, are very evenly paced. The basics are that you move through a pretty linear world, with some small exploration within the confines of the immediate situation. Much of the interaction is centered around dialogue in which you can make different choices that will affect the immediate and long-term story. Just think of the butterfly effect here. One small choice gives you the feels that it could turn into a major thing somewhere else. What sets this apart from the standard choice-based graphic adventure is the time rewind feature. Don't like the outcome of a particular dialogue or its implications, just rewind time and give it another shot. The writing is on top par. Each of the main characters has a very real feeling to them, and nothing about them feels generic. The writing is top par. This game definitely tackles some mature themes like teenage drug use, depression, and even suicide, then spins those themes into a very interesting mystery thriller with some science fiction. I know that sounds like a lot in one pot, but the writers interweave it all in a very beautiful work that rivals really great TV shows. Let's talk about the sound. The voice acting is great and never makes you feel like, damn, that's cheesy. The lip sync, although not great, is also not bad enough to pull you out of the immersion. There's definitely room for improvement in this department. Sound design is excellently done, with each environment having the proper amount of reverb and echo and other audio tweaks inserted to give you that feeling of environment. At specific moments, points triggered by your actions, music will kick in almost perfectly reflecting the situation at hand. At the end of the day, your ears will thank you. Alright, controls. Standard movement controls, basically. Because it's a semi-tight camera perspective, sometimes looking where you want it to look is a bit tricky. Annoying but not impossible. Obviously intended for a controller setup, but keyboard and mouse works fine. Switching between controller and keyboard is easy, and the on-screen button prompts instantly reflect which input device you're using. Performance. As you can see, the requirements for Life is Strange is very obtainable on almost any hardware, whether it's running on Windows or Linux. Should run fine on even the most mundane computers or laptop. I'll never once notice any major frame drops on Linux. Not much to say here, basically potato approved. Graphics. It is fantastically stylized and really not going for photorealistic, but seemed realistic in the sense of a movie that takes liberties with its stylization. Not once did I think it's cartoony like the Telltale series of games, even though on the surface it seemed a bit cartoony. This approach to graphics usually ensures that the game ages a bit better than a game that goes for the super realism look. Is this game worth it? In most choice-based graphic adventures, you can usually tell what choices will produce what outcomes, which leaves you basically with an interactive TV show. This game honestly had so many twists and turns that the possible ending seemed infinite. But speaking of the ending, without spoiling it, that's the one area that I have to ding it for. With the masterpiece of writing and choices of actions, how they nailed the ending down to so very few choices is inexplicable. Even more than Firewatch, this game really got you involved in the lives and the emotions of each of its characters. Outside of the very meh lip syncing and ending, I can't recommend this game enough for the listed price of $20 on Steam. If you're not convinced, you can go try the first episode for free. That's basically our quick look at Life is Strange. Available for Linux, brought to you by Feral Interactive. This is Osirez, PC Pimp, and I'm out.